Philippines has so many regional delicacies, and one of these is the pork adobo. Adobo is a Spanish word, means marinade, sauce or seasoning, and the immersion of raw food in a sauce or stock. This dish has so many faces and versions, but with the same base ingredients, which is the garlic and the vinegar. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Freya, and I am going to share my family's pork adobo, which is a slow cooking method with all the flavors of meat and spices. I'm obsessing over you. I'm going to start by preparing all the ingredients. For the meat, use a high quality meat, cut in chunks or bite size. And here, I've cut my meat into bite-sized pieces of pork casing, or they call it Boston cut. You can also use any other type of pork cut. Always worried you might wanna call it quits. Always stressing over stupid little shit. I'm obsessing over you. Dredge it with ground pepper and a little bit of kosher salt. Set it aside. For the distinct taste and aroma of adobo, I use lots of garlic. Crush these cloves without removing the skin, as this really gives additional flavor and aroma to the recipe. And this is a secret to our adobo at home that had been passed down to my mother by our great-grandmother. In addition to our ground pepper, we will also mix in some freshly crushed peppercorns. I'm gonna do this just by using my small rolling pin to crush. And these freshly crushed peppercorns gives a different level of taste to adobo. Then we will measure up the vinegar, the soy sauce, fish sauce that we will use later. And lastly, wash and prepare the dried bay leaves for the fragrance. Once the ingredients are all set, put all together the meat, garlic, peppercorns, bay leaves, and water in a deep pan or casserole. Bring to a boil until the meat is fork tender. When all the liquid is reduced and the meat is still tough or a little gummy, you can add water little by little until the meat is tender to your desire. Once the meat is tender enough, you can mix in the vinegar and the soy sauce. And at this point, you can decide if you want your adobo to have more sauce or make your meat soak up all the liquid until the meat renders its own fat and oil. If you want a saucy adobo, simmer the meat until the vinegar is cooked enough, and you can smell the fantastic aroma from the combination of spices. Adjust the saltiness and simmer until you achieve the desired amount of sauce. But if you want adobo with no sauce, just like my adobo, just continue to simmer this slowly until you smell the wonderful aroma of garlic and the natural oil from the pork's fat comes out naturally, mixed with the tanginess of vinegar, little saltiness of soy sauce. This is so delicious and best eaten the day after it was cooked or more days after. And if you want, you can cook more like 2 kilos of pork or even more and just store it in the freezer, pack separately, and reheat whenever you want to eat. The more you reheat, the more tastier, the more tender. Actually, you can also store this at room temperature for 3 days and just reheat if you want to eat. So, as easy as that, our pork adobo is now ready to serve with hot rice. So I do hope that you give this recipe a try because this is very obsessive and so addicting. So if you find value on this video and my recipe, please give me a thumbs up, share this with your friends, and subscribe. See you around on my next video. Just eat, enjoy, and love.